The Competition Commission has referred a complaint against Sasol for excessive pricing of natural piped gas to the Competition Tribunal. This stems from 3 complaints that were lodged against Sasol Gas last year by Egoli Gas, the Industrial Gas Users Association of South Africa, and Spring Lights Gas. Let's get more details now. But before that, this is what Sasol had to say when we approached them for their take on this particular interview. They said, given the legal nature of what has transpired and the matter before the Competition Appeal Court, we are not able to accommodate interviews to fully ventilate our position, other than to provide our position thus. On the 10th of July 2023, the Competition Commission made a decision to refer the gas pricing related complaints made by certain customers of Sasol Gas relating to the maximum gas price to the Competition Tribunal. Sasol Gas is yet to formally receive the complaint referral. Once Sasol Gas has had an opportunity to consider the referral, we will respond as appropriate. Sasol Gas has challenged the Commission's jurisdiction to investigate the gas pricing complaints on the basis of NERSA's regulatory powers under the Gas Act. And this jurisdictional challenge is the subject of a legal review application currently pending before the Competition Appeal Court, the outcome of which will determine the ability of the Commission to investigate the gas pricing complaints that are the subject of the complaint referral made on the 10th of July 2023. And of course, this is their position, but let's get into this conversation and speak to Siyabulela Makunga, Competition Commission spokesperson. Sia, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I'll get to what they are saying in just a moment. But for someone who is not aware of this particular matter, let's start with the nature of the complaint to be able to bring them on board.
Well, good afternoon, Bongi, and thank you very much for having us. I must highlight that natural gas is used as an alternative energy to electricity. We are now aware that we are all confronted by the challenge of load shedding. So it is times like these that the Commission feels that it is in the public interest and in the interest of justice that a matter of the nature of the allegations that were putting forward to the Competition Tribunal, that they be addressed with the best speed possible, because these are matters that are of public concern. So being it an alternative energy, natural gas is being used by an ordinary citizen like me and you, Bongi. But again, you would have traders of gas, being the 2 complainants that are obviously part of the 3, who are now sourcing this gas from Sasol. And Sasol is sourcing the gas from Mozambique, from the 2 field gas establishment, Pande and Temane. And this makes it obviously, makes Sasol the only supplier of gas in South Africa. So they would buy gas from Mozambique. They are being channeled through an 865 long pipeline that transports gas from Mozambique to South Africa before it is sold to gas traders like Egoli, as well as Spring Lights Gas, who are traders. But also they are members of a big industrial gas association, being AGUA, which is one of the 3 complainants. And these industrialists use gas as the bulk input in their operations, and some of them export products to various parts of the world.
So what did then the Commission rely on to assess the prices in this particular regard?
We are relying on public information, having received the 3 complaints, and the public information suggests that the prices that are charged to the gas traders that have complained with us and the industrialists that are obviously under AGUA SA are not justifiable. Because when we looked at the landed costs, and by landed costs, we mean the costs that Sasol pay at its doorstep, having bought gas from or sourced gas from Mozambique against the supply prices that obviously it charges the gas traders. And we're saying, having compared these, And obviously, this is information that is available in the public domain. And this information consists of the lending costs that I've referred to. And this is information that is being supplied to institutions like the United States Securities and Exchange Commission each year. But also, when you look at the SARS records, it does provide information in terms of the value of money that Sasol pays for its imported gas from Mozambique.
So I'm sure you heard, the response by the spokesperson for Sasol, Alex Anderson, and I'd like us to stay with the part right at the end, saying that they've challenged the Commission's jurisdiction to investigate the gas pricing complaints on the basis of NERSA's regulatory powers under the Gas Act, that this matter is now subject of a legal review application currently pending before the Competition Appeal Court. Did you have jurisdiction to probe this matter?
Well, I think it's important for the listeners to understand that the Competition Commission has got counter regulators in South Africa, and we are aware that it is rare, if not impossible, that regulators conflict one another in terms of the regulatory legislation. So in terms of NERSA's regulatory mandate, we have got what we call a regulation that coexists or that is being carried out in as a concurrent regulation, which therefore means that they have got a mandate that seeks to deal with issues of pricing regulation, while the Commission looks into matters that looks at abuse of dominance, restrictive practices that which include obviously excessive pricing. And in this case, we are dealing with a specific matter on the price of gas, and we want Sasol not to spend a lot of time engaging on this matter in the media. We have made a request for information, and this is information that would basically assist the investigation prior to the Competition Tribunal considering the matter as the only authority that has got powers to adjudicate on this matter. But it is important to say that we have not had cooperation from Sasol. We've had up to a period of a year trying to reach out and being very, very keen in engaging and understanding what is their side of the story, but they have not been coming forth with this information, and this obviously has hindered the investigation, but instead they have elected to take the matter to the courts in the land, basically challenging the jurisdiction of the Competition Commission in investigating and prosecuting this matter.